guys, it's Chris. Welcome to Miskatonic University Craft Club. Probably not going to be a super long video today because mostly I was working on one really big project and I got that finished finally, so that is exciting. Um, I finished one of the mandala scrap blankets that I was working on. It's very large. So I think it's wider than, yeah, quite a bit wider than my wingspan actually. I can reach a little over halfway. You can see the rest of it hanging there. Quite wide, quite big. This is, I don't know, maybe like 10 cakes of mandala, maybe a little bit less. There's leftovers of words. I'm so good at words today. It's morning and I've only had one cup of coffee and I'm just not entirely here yet, but yes, beautiful, massive, soft, warm, lovely little blanket. Big blanket. Both ends are leftovers from mandala, big ones. I can't remember the name of them right now. But they have the regular size cakes like this, and then they have the big bonus bundles. And I had a bunch of bonus bundles. I still have two actually that I haven't touched at all. But then I have a bunch of them that I've used in projects and not necessarily finished them. So this one is the Meowth, what was left over of those. And then this one is, I don't remember, Chimera, maybe? Maybe? I don't remember for sure. I do have another one of those, so I can let you know next video if you're curious, but and I remember some of the colors that went into this, from this purple here to like this orangey color. That one's Pixie. I like that one a lot, that's really pretty. I would definitely make a larger project with that color scheme. And I kind of like how it kind of makes me think of like a lighter version of this one here, which I think is like a purple to this purple, I think is all one. That's Pegasus, I believe. But yeah, those two kind of, they look like they're in the same family, it's just this one's much deeper. This is Cupid, I believe. I don't remember what the black and gray one was, but I really like that one. I think this one was Genie. And then Pegasus. Nip, maybe? And then yeah, I don't necessarily remember all the color names. I think I still have all of the labels somewhere. I just don't know where I put them because I've moved since I've started working on these projects, twice actually since I started working on the mandala projects, and the labels are somewhere, probably in my closet with my yarn stuff, but I don't know where exactly, so I can't tell you what all the colors are, but I was able to name a couple of them for you. And yeah, I really like how this turned out. It's mostly double crochets, and then I've got, it's upside down, some like crossed double crochets, and then a row of singles after every crossed double. And I just did those at kind of random intervals, whenever I felt like it was time to do another one. And it just adds kind of like some visual interest and texture to the blanket, and it's really pretty. And my sister helped me come up with the stitch pattern for it because I was just really struggling with anything that I thought was going to look good and interesting with all of these weird scrappy color changes I was doing, since a lot of these are scrap balls and not like full cakes. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. It's so big and snuggly, and I can just wrap the whole thing around myself, and It's very big. So that I finished. That's the only project that I finished this week. But I think I was like halfway through it at the beginning of the week, and now I'm done. So I'd say that's pretty good. Um, Sorry. And then I've been working on Kayla from Alt Knots is doing like a 100 Nights of Halloween blanket thing. And sorry, I'm yarn wrapped around a cord down here. Not in one of my sit still moods, apparently. Anyway, I've been working on her 100 Nights of Halloween thing, so she is doing a granny square and watching a horror movie every night, and she's got like a whole list. And I went ahead and copied down the list and kind of went through it and decided which of those movies I wanted to watch. Turns out a lot of them I have actually watched fairly recently and don't necessarily want to watch again. I guess we have similar taste in horror movies. So that's fun. So I've been kind of finding other things when I find something that I just don't feel like watching again. And I originally was going to go ahead and do the solid granny square thing like she was doing, and then I'm like, I don't really, like, I'm already not looking forward to putting together the squares for my temperature blanket, which is only going to be 12, and they're very large. 100 5-inch granny squares? No. I don't want to do that. So I decided maybe with the colors that I picked, it's kind of like a fall palette scheme and kind of like 70s-ish, because 70s and fall colors. I don't know if you've seen the 70s color palette, but but I thought a chevron would be really cool. That was the thing that you saw a lot back then, and the colors that I picked, definitely I've seen chevron blankets in very similar color schemes. So I thought maybe I would do that, and I got partway through that. That's what I have. And as I was working on it, I'm like, I just finished a blanket. I have another mandala blanket in the works. I am working on my temperature blanket. I have like 5 crochet blankets on my bed right now, and I have more in my closet. Do I really need another crochet blanket? Especially, like, I mean, this would be a good lap blanket, but I already have lap blankets that I use when I'm sitting at my computer. I don't have a couch or anything. This is my room right now. This is all that I have. I didn't really see a use for another blanket, and honestly, like, I love how these solid stripes turned out. I'm not really happy with the striping yarn in the chevron pattern. And I don't have another color I could replace that with. But it did occur to me, like, this is a nice, it's Bernat Super Saver. It's pretty soft for value acrylic. It's got a nice squish factor. It's got decent stretch to it. I mean, for an acrylic, you know, it's not like elastic, but it does have some stretch. And one thing I would really like is a nice fall cardigan. So I decided to stop working on the chevron. I might just keep this as like a display piece because it looks nice. It's just, I don't want a blanket out of it. I also don't know that this was going to make an effective blanket. Like 100 stripes of this size at this width, I think it might end up being a very awkward sized blanket. I am not really good at things like that. Gauging like sizes of things and imagining. I could not tell you what this would look like when it was done. But this is only 5, and there's supposed to be 100 rows because I decided to do, 5 rows for each color to make nicer looking, like decent sized stripes. If I continued that the way I was, there's no way this would look tremendously long and awkward, and it just would not work. So setting that aside, I don't know what I'll do with it, but like, I mean, it could be a valance or something, you know, that you put at the top of your curtains. I don't know. It's pretty. I do like the chevron. I just, it was not going to make a blanket the way I wanted it. So I started on the panel for a cardigan. So this is what I have so far. I was working on it and watching movies and stuff, and then I got distracted, which I will explain. Um, but that's what I have so far for that. I'm liking how it's looking. I'm hoping I like the stripy pattern a lot better in this moss stitch with the, like, you know, big blocks of color than I did in the chevron. But we'll see, because I didn't actually make it that far last night because I ended up not watching movies anymore. I have a good reason for that. I got very distracted. So, there's this movie that came out this year called Knock at the Cabin, and my sister had asked me if I would watch it for her and let her know if it's worthwhile, because she had read the book that it's based on, which I believe is Cabin at the End of the World. I just finished it, but I can't remember the name of it. It's not very long. It was like a 6-hour read for me. So it's a novel, but it's not like a huge novel. And it's a very good story. But I watched the movie to let her know if it was worthwhile, and holy fuck, that movie. I love horror movies, if you haven't figured that out yet. Oh, also, I should have said this at the beginning, but I have some new subscribers, and I am so grateful to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you keep coming back and keep enjoying my content, and let me know if there's anything you would like to see here, if there's anything I can be doing differently. Within reason, I would like to accommodate and, you know, show people what they want to be seeing. But yes, hello. So, I am a big horror movie fan. I do not find them scary in the slightest. I watch horror movies as entertainment. That's all they really are for me. There's never any, like, they don't raise my blood pressure, they don't freak me out, they don't give me nightmares, anything like that. I know some people will watch horror movies and they like them, but then they can't sleep because they get nightmares and stuff like that. I am not that person. I never have been. I've never been afraid of horror movies in any way whatsoever. This movie did not give me nightmares, nothing like that, but it is intense. From the very beginning, it's very unsettling. I found myself like on the edge of my seat, kind of hunched over, still working on my crochet project, but like tense. I was very tense the entire time and very uncomfortable. And I say that as a good thing. I don't think it's the first time I've encountered a movie that made me feel that way, but it's certainly the first time in a very long time. And that is exactly what you should be feeling as you were watching this movie. If you've read the book, then you should probably understand that. I don't really want to give anything away because I feel that it's much better revealed as you're watching the film, but yeah, it gets under your skin. It's really something. I highly recommend it if you like horror, if you like, you know, unsettling, creepy, thriller, suspenseful type films. It's not gory in any way whatsoever. The book is a little gory if you read that. It's intense, but I don't feel like the movie was gory at all. It's just very, very unsettling. And the storyline is excellent. It's something I personally am a big fan of, and something I have researched a lot, just as a point of interest. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but it's not something I've talked about being interested in on this channel before, so. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend that movie. It is available for free on Amazon Prime right now. Uh, I don't know how long that's going to be the case. That's why I finally ended up watching it because I saw that it was on there. I wish I had been able to go see it in theaters. I can't imagine what that experience must have been like. It's quite a movie. Yeah. I guess that's it. I mean, I've got some plans, future projects. I'm gonna finish this cardigan. I'm hoping to make at least like knee length because I want like a longer, you know, oversized cardigan, kind of like the rainbow one I made. If you've seen that, I'm going for something that fits similar to that. So I'm working on that. I need to finish up my other mandala scrap blanket, which is buried under a pile of stuff right now, so I'm not going to show that to you. And then I've got my hoodie that I was working on that I haven't finished yet either, the Granny Square hoodie. Sorry. I've had that in the timeout pile, so I'm just not sure how I want to finish the sleeves yet. So I just worked on finishing off my blanket first before I decide what I'm doing with that. And then for the other blanket, I've still got all of these cakes. These. And then I have a scrap project, or not a scrap project, like a project that I'm going to take apart that has 4 cakes in it as well. So I've got 8 more cakes going into that one. And then we'll see what size that one is at that point, and if I need to, oh, why is this scratching up against my neck? If I need to get any more yarn or break into one of my bonus bundles for that, since I think I have like 2 or 3 left of those. And then I have this yarn sitting over here that I got from winning a giveaway, I guess, from Crochet Witch for her great cake off thing. I don't remember the name. I'll have the video for that linked below too, because I'm showing off my price one again. But I have a plan for these too. On Hobie, there is a shawl called the contrast shawl. I'm so sorry. This is gonna be one of my more awkward videos. I am really late filming this. I usually try to get my videos up by noon on Sunday, and right now it is 11:43 on Sunday, so that's not happening. I meant to film last night, and then I watched that movie, and then I had to read the novel, and I didn't get anything else done. So, my bad. But there's a shawl on Hobie.com. I believe it's a free pattern, and it's called the Contrast Shawl. And I think they made it with 2 colors of their Diablo mohair. And this isn't like a straight mohair, it's acrylic and mohair, which frankly is going to be easier to work with. But these 2 colors are beautiful together. I think they'd be really beautiful in that pattern. I haven't tried the pattern yet, but it's like a triangle shawl with stripes. And then the way the stripes work, it's divided down the middle, and the colors are like opposite. Which I will post the pattern down below. It'll make more sense when you actually see it. But it's like, say, top part of the triangle, right? So you're gonna have gold split down the middle, gold stripe, green stripe, and then gold stripe, green stripe, and it's like that throughout the whole thing. I did see some reviews on it, and it looks like it's kind of a complicated pattern to do, which makes sense because you're doing that color change right in the center of it. So I imagine that is not an easy thing to accomplish, but I think it will be worth it, and I think that these will be really, really pretty for that. I am so sorry. I didn't get enough sleep. um, yes, I think that is everything. I can't think of anything else. Yep, that's it. Okay, so future plans, um, current whips, finished objects, all covered, and my lovely movie review. um, if any of you are paying attention to the podcast I'm doing with my sister, we don't have anything up for this month. She is ill, and so we have postponed recording until she is feeling better and can speak in a normal voice again. So hopefully, sometime next week we can get that done. I will let you guys know when it's up, and hopefully we can start working on the next theme, because I am very excited about my movie for the next theme, and I haven't watched it yet because I'm waiting until we record. So, all right. I will stop rambling at you guys. I hope that you all have a great day, evening, night, whatever it is where you are. Um, Thank you for coming. Thank you for putting up with my random bullshit. I hope you enjoyed yourselves today, and I hope you come back next time. I love you guys. Bye.